Getting and staying organized is one of the biggest problems that homeowners have to deal with. The #1 solution is well-designed storage spaces. Join me today on For Your Home as we design the storage solutions for my new dream home. We are 4 months into this major renovation of my new dream home. I started out with a 29-year-old home that was completely out of date. I worked with my designer, Janine Devaney, and we relocated almost every room within this house. We also worked together to create storage spaces in every one of these new areas. Now, I love to entertain, I love to cook, decorate, do crafts, and I got a lot of stuff. I don't even want to go into how many purses and dresses and shoes. Well, I'm just like you. You should really get busy and throw out half of that junk, but we're never going to do that. So we need to find a place to store it. I worked with Janine, as I was saying, and we said, how can we do this and stay on budget? We found a solution. I worked with different cabinet manufacturers. That kept me on budget. Now in the kitchen, I kind of splurged. I went for custom cabinetry in the kitchen. But for the pantry and the laundry room, I had a much more financially responsible approach. I worked with Barbara and Tom from ProBuilt, and they helped me put that all together. Take a look. This is part of the Charlotte design area, and this is kind of a one-stop shop. You can get cabinets, doors, windows, even lumber, whether you're doing a little renovation project or a major one like I'm doing. This is a really neat place. Come on. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Vicki. So good to see you.
Oh, it's great to see you too. I love coming here because I get to play with so many things and pick out so many different items.
Well, we're just glad you're here today, and I know that you particularly are interested in looking at cabinets.
That's right. I'm finally at that stage of my project where, you know, the general contractor said, get out there and pick out those cabinets. So what do you got for me?
Well, you came to the right place. Right here is a great example of a contemporary look. It has a flush door that you see here, nice, strong, contemporary handles, and that's your taste, this is a great way to go. We've also got lots of other choices too.
I think I'm a little bit more traditional, a little bit more transitional maybe, and I love the look of these cabinets over here.
Well, come this way, and I'll show you a little bit more about this cabinetry.
Okay.
This is our full custom display. And it shows just lots of wonderful examples of things that can be done with full custom.
Well, I think these are really beautiful. I like them.
Well, for example, here you've got an overlay filler that is just really neat with the actual beading and the molding that's added there. As well as up in this hood, you see the wire added. This is also a great example in the cabinets that you see here of beaded inset.
And that always says custom to me, and it is,
right? It is. When you're in that beaded inset arena, it generally is full custom. It means that there's a bead on the face frame of the cabinet. And then this particular door style has got a custom diamond inlay that's on that panel.
Well, when you say custom and I see all these great features, I think about cha-ching with the cash register with my budget. And you've seen the plans to my house. You know that I've got a lot of cabinetry. So I think, you know, maybe in the kitchen, maybe the master bathroom for custom, but can I save money and go another way in the other areas?
Certainly you can. We call those the secondary areas because you want to put the most bang in your master bath and kitchen, which is where you spend the most time.
Right.
The other areas like your pantry and your laundry room and what you would consider your secondary baths are great places that you can save a little money and still get a great look with all the...
Well, what's really the big difference though between the custom, other than the look, the custom and the standard?
Well, a standard cabinet is going to only be able to graduate in size by 3-inch increments. A full custom, their mentality really is if you draw it, we can build it. And so therefore that can be a pretty wide range.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, when you work with us, we have a designer that can work with you on your plan.
Okay, so he can take the standard and make it look like a custom, because that's what I want.
Yep,
you
sure can.
Kind of like a a champagne taste on a beer budget, let's say in this case, all right?
That's exactly right.
I'm anxious to meet him.
Well, that's Tom Strigas, and I'm ready to take you to him.
Thank you.
He's right over here. Tom, this is
Hi.
Vicki Payne.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
So pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Barbara's told me a lot of great things about you, and I'm excited to use your talents on my house.
Well, I'm looking forward to working on your project.
I see you've already got my plans out here, and you're already starting to figure out some of the details.
That's exactly what's going on. I'm getting familiar with it, looking at the space and kind of interpreting it to what we're going to do.
Well, you know, Janine Devaney is our designer, and Janine, she really draws fancy and expensive. And I need to save some money, and I need to work on my budget, and Barbara suggested that maybe we go standard in those areas.
I was looking at that and thinking along the same lines. We have a product here, Mid-Continent, which I think will do just what you're looking for.
Okay.
It'll give us enough flexibility to get to that goal that you have.
All right, can I get custom colors? Can I get some fancy details with it as well?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
They do have a program for custom color.
Okay.
And we'll have to send off a sample to them to match, but that's how that program starts.
That's important because I'd like to use some color,
Yeah.
you know? Well, what's our next step to work together then?
Well, the first thing is I'm getting familiar with the space, looking at the lines that you want to get to. My next goal is to go to the house,
Okay.
look at the space physically, make some dimensions, and get familiar with it. And then that helps imprint into me what the space is going to be I'm working with, and then I can go and start fitting the pieces together to get you the look that you're after.
Okay, well, you just give me a call, let me know what your calendar looks like. I'll meet you out at the job site, and we'll get busy and get working.
Looking
I'm
forward
looking
to
forward
it.
to seeing all these new ideas of yours.
Oh, yes.
Barbara, while I'm here, let's look at hardware.
Okay, I'm so excited for you.
This is my new creativity center. I just love this space. I can do almost anything in this room, from my laundry to arranging flowers, decorating, crafting, sewing. I cannot wait to start filling all of these cabinets with my crafting supplies. You know, the lighting for a room like this and a kitchen is really critical. So I turned to Jeff Droyce, he is with Kitchener Lighting, and said, lay me out a great lighting plan. Take a look. So Jeff, do you think you got enough wires hanging out here?
This is what I really like to see. People should be thinking about lighting before they put the cabinets in.
I know. Well, you know, you did these great plans for us, and you sent these in, and the electricians have been just working like crazy to get the wires. So,
That's right. Well, it seems like a lot, but it's going to work out real nice, I think.
okay. Well, let's step through what you're doing here.
Well, what we've got here, if you notice the wires that are above the top, you selected cabinets that have glass openings at the top of each. So I placed an LED disc in front of each of the windows. So this power that you see here will power this collection of windows.
And those for the next section?
Across that section, and then over there across your
For the China
cabinet area.
Okay, so great. I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
And then what you see in the middle here are under cabinet lights. We've put some direct wire under cabinet lights here.
Okay.
And what they typically will do is there'll be a set of wires for each of the pieces of under cabinet wiring. So you notice in this section
So can I
you have two
control them separately?
Yeah, you'll be able to turn them on and off at the fixture, but then the entire group will be turned on as well.
Okay, great.
So that'll be nice. And of course, you've got another section on the other side of the window that you see stubbed out there.
Okay.
So
Not to mention all the wiring that had to go in for the appliances.
Absolutely,
for
and
the
of course
rain
your
hood
plugs, your GCOs that are behind the cabinet. And then what you don't see here is some wiring in the ground. And if we look right here in this hole, there's some wire there.
And it's going to come up.
That's going to light your island. And what I did is I arranged to have some around knee wall lighting on the bar, so it'll make like an L-shaped pool of light underneath the bar in the middle of the room. So it'll be real nice for you.
Yeah, because we have an overhang, and on this side it kind of curves, so that's going to be really nice.
Yeah, and also you have seating on that side, so we'll go around that corner for you.
Okay. Well, I kept seeing more wires, and then the cans that are in the ceiling. What are we doing up there?
Well, we've got decorative product hanging over the island here. And of course, then the ceiling pieces that are going.
With all the cans, the LED cans across there as well.
Exactly.
So now, is all the lighting in here is LED? right?
All of the decorative lighting, excuse me, all of the accent lighting, the under cabinet lighting, the lighting that's going to go around the island, that will all be LED. That's correct.
Okay, and I know the cans are LED too, so that's like we've got some really good energy savers here.
Right, absolutely.
As well.
And of course, the decorative pieces, you can use CFLs in there to save additional money. Remember to select good light bulbs when you
go.
lamp
Those
them.
good expensive ones, right?
Yes, right,
okay.
absolutely.
Now there's a lot of wires here, but there's even more wires in the laundry room.
and
Let's
a
go
lot
look
more
at that.
fun.
Well, this room certainly has enough wires in it, don't you think, Jeff?
Oh, absolutely. This is a great room. I really enjoyed putting the light into this space because I think it's going to be a real fun room, really interesting. And the colors that you've told me about, I think are going to make it really interesting.
Well, you know, this is what I call my creativity center because I'm going to have the laundry room in here, but I'm also going to be doing crafting and sewing and design work in here. And so we're using color and cheery and definitely going to need some good lighting.
And with all that, you need that good lighting. So let me show you what I've done. Your cabinetry is very similar to what we did in the kitchen, so I wanted to maintain some sort of a continuity between the two rooms because they're very close. Like the other room, you have a series of cabinets with windows across the top, and I've put a little LED disc into each of those windows. Again, if we didn't do that, you'd have sort of black squares going across the top. Really wouldn't look very pleasant. But by adding a little light into each of those windows, it's going to really enliven that. You can see we've done that all across the room. You have some on this wall, you have some on that wall, and even some behind there. The next thing that we've done is we put some under cabinet lighting in. So you can see here that there is a countertop and some under cabinet lights under these cabinets. You have a sink in that area. So of course you needed to have some additional light in that sink area. And then behind us, right over this way, you've got your laundry room. So you're going to have the washer and the dryer here, cabinets above, and some lighting on top of it so that it is a nice surface to folding clothes and etc. The other thing that we did, we couldn't do in the other room, but we had a toe kick lighting here.
Toe kick? What is toe kick? It sounds so fun.
Oh, yeah, it is fun. Well, you know, there's a small space underneath the lower cabinet where your toe actually goes
fits under.
So we're lighting that area here, and then we're lighting that area over here by the sink. You can see the next to the plumbing, there's a stub out there. And then on this side of the window. What that does is it gives your floor a little bit more interest, a little bit more excitement. And
I need excitement in my laundry room.
That's right. I do. Of course. Well, you're doing lots of things here, too. You're doing lots of interesting things. So the toe kick lighting actually does a really good job to make it look interesting, but also can be a great nighttime navigation light.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you turn it on one switch and walk into the room and, you know.
You can come in, check your laundry or whatever.
Check the laundry, make sure you don't step on the cat.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. Well, you know, this is, I couldn't resist when I was planning out this room and I said, I need a chandelier. So, you know, that was the only input I had for lighting with you was a chandelier here. And I'm going to use an old farm table in this area right here to do extra folding, extra work surface, so I think that'll work out well.
Well, chandeliers are never out of place, and they fit everywhere, and wherever you can think to place one is a good place to put a chandelier.
Well, I thought this one was a great one. Well, I think this room is going to be so much fun, and that little toe kick, gosh, that's a good idea.
I can't wait to see it finished.
Originally, there were 2 bathrooms and 2 closets in the master suite. I decided to combine those. I took one of the bathrooms and one of the closets, merged them together to make one nice big walk-in closet. One of the smaller bathrooms and the other closet, I combined those so I have a nice big master bathroom. I had plenty of room for a big steam shower, a separate water closet, and a double vanity. This is Jim Mock, and he's with Marsh Kitchens, and Jim and I worked on, I don't know how many kitchens together, a few. Yes. And he's been designing for me the cabinetry that we're going to be using in the master. What you got?
Well, we have a white shaker style door with a little bit of a profile on the outer and inner edge. And then we're also going to do a 5-piece drawer front where it's going to sink in the middle just like it does here. So this is going to look just like here? Exactly.
Okay. Yes. I like that, and I like this color really well. Okay.
It's a full overlay door, so it covers the whole front of the frame, which gives it a really clean look from the front.
All right. Now, if this is going to be a 5-piece deal, then that's going to be a narrow little space there. So I'm going to need to go to some nice linear pulls here instead of like a cup pull or anything like that, right?
Yeah, we have to pay attention to the height of the hardware.
Okay.
So it fits in our narrow space right here.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll keep that in mind as I make my knob selections. All right, so what are the cabinets going to look like? What have you come up with for me?
Well, we have 2 sinks. We have a his and a her.
Uh-huh.
They're both up against the return walls in the
Okay.
bathroom here. And in the center, we actually have a drawer base, and then we have a hamper going in behind this door right here.
And see, you told me you didn't think you could do a hamper, and you did, didn't you?
We did.
I love that. You know, because really, with your dirty clothes, I mean, I don't have any place in there to
Right.
put laundry, and the laundry room's all the way on the other side of the house. So this makes great sense that you can do that.
And we're going to take this center section and we're going to bump it out just
Okay.
a little bit. And then we're going to wrap it with some baseboard right around the center there. And that's going to give a little bit more of a furniture look.
Okay, I like that.
In
And
the
will we have a
center.
toe kick back in this area here?
We will.
Okay,
Yes.
good, good. Well, I like the fact that this is bumping out a little bit. I like the fact that it's going to go all the way down to the floor and have a nice finished look to it. So this is going to work really well for us. How about these? Are these going to be tilt outs?
They are. We're going to do tip-out trays in
Ah, very good. Yeah, that's a good place to hide like your toothbrush.
there. Yeah, you see them more often in the kitchen than you do the vanities.
Yeah, but it's a
So
great
it's
place
nice to have them in here.
toothbrush and stuff
It does.
instead of the counter.
Yes.
Okay, so now then, I also asked for some cabinetry over the lavatory in the water closet. Is this your design for that area?
We did. We reduced the depth of it to 9 inches instead of a standard 12-inch wall cabinet.
Yep.
And we're actually running it up to the ceiling with a little
Okay.
bit of a fascia piece up there. So our ceiling crown that's going around the room can wrap right around the top of that right there.
Okay, so that'll give it some detail, but it'll tie all back in with the crown.
That's right.
I like that. This is a great place though for storage for extra towels, toilet tissues, all those kind of things in the bathroom. I like that, because this isn't a lot of storage, you know?
Well, it's not, and you don't have a linen closet in here either.
Yeah.
So this is kind of acting
Okay.
partially as that right there too.
Well, I like that a lot. I think both of these are going to work out really well for us. And, you know, having that window right in the middle between the 2 sinks, that kind of limited, you know, the mirror space, but we'll find something decorative to work in there as well. Next question. When are these going to be ready?
We're ready next week. We're ready when you're ready. So we're ready to go. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm thrilled to see them. I can't wait to see this all come together. Jem, as always, you know, just say design something for me, and you always make me happy. Thank you, honey.
Thank you, Vicki.
Before you pull the trigger on any single item for your kitchen or your bathrooms, you need to make sure all your elements match. One of the most difficult choices has to be the granite. I visited my local stone yard to see firsthand my options. The most exciting thing that you can do when you're in the middle of a renovation project is to really get in there and make those choices for yourself. When it comes to your countertops, you don't want to try to make choices from little bitty squares like this. You want to come to your local stone yard like we are here today and really look at the slab choices that you have, especially if you're looking for something like this. Look at this beautiful slab of granite. This has so much movement in it. See how these streaks, that's what we call movement in the stone. Now, a lot of times we have to seam up a big slab like this to have a piece big enough for your countertops or your islands. You want to know where those movements are going to flow through. Are they going to fit together well or not? And the people at your stone yard can tell you, and then you can pick out a piece you absolutely love. Now, over here, this is a piece that I am in love with. This is Carrara marble, and I know I've told you before that this is so hard to take care of, but I can't resist it. I love it, and I'm thinking about putting it back in my kitchen again. But this time, I'm not going to go with a polished finish. I'm going to go with what they call a honed finish. It's a duller, more satin finish. That way I don't have to worry about the etching. It already comes that way for me. So when you get ready to pick out your countertops, if it's at all possible, go to that local stone yard, really look at the slabs that are available. When you pick out the one you love, they'll tag it, and then your fabricator will go to that yard, they'll have it delivered, and then you're going to end up getting exactly the piece you fell in love with right there in your kitchen when it's all done. I shared my selections with Angie Romano. She is with Metro Stone and Granite. She has worked with me for years on multiple projects. She's going to be handling all the countertop and tile installations on this house. Take a look.
Vicki, I cannot wait to see how this project turns out. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, I can't wait either because I want to move in here. I want to get the house done. You know, we're right in the middle of all this construction. I'm glad you could get with me now because I want to go over everything with you so we'll be ready when the guys are ready for us.
I
okay?
understand.
All right, these are the layouts for the tile, and you're going to be handling all the countertops and the tile in the house.
Yes.
And this is what Janine has designed for us. And what I want to do is go over the pieces I've selected. You tell me whether or not they're going to work, if there's any color choices or, you know, areas that we need to make any changes in.
Okay. Yep.
All right, so let's start off first of all with the master bathroom. And the master bathroom is pretty simple. We have a tiled floor and both in the shower and in the main areas of the bathroom. And then we have a tiled shower walls as well. And that's going to be a steam shower, so the roof of it's going to be tiled all the way around, everything. So here's what I selected for that. I selected this for the floor, and it comes in 24 by 24.
Oh, that's nice.
It looks like linen, doesn't it?
It does,
I like that a lot. And then the countertops, I wanted to use the Carrara marble for the countertop because I have this little piece of Carrara marble that is the nice oval shapes that's going to be on the floor in the shower and accent and a band of it around the walls. And then just go with a plain little rectangular white field tile for the rest of it. You know, keep it kind of clean and open. And then these are the cabinets that are going to go into that area. The only piece that's missing here that I've still got to settle in on is some kind of way to break this from that.
Okay, all right.
You know, some kind of roping or some kind of thing, and I'll have to find that.
A pencil rail or something.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Maybe
Nothing
for
too
that.
busy. You've got a lot of nice textures going on, so I'll just keep it simple.
Okay, and then this piece, I just want to show you this. This is the flooring we're going to be putting in the master bedroom next to it. This is olive wood. It's 700-year-old olive trees from Italy.
Oh my goodness.
The grain of it is so beautiful. So we're kind of working with a really nice natural stone palette.
Yeah, that's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay, then we have a powder room, and that's right over here. Or excuse me, we have a guest bathroom right here. The only tile I can't show you today is this beautiful pattern tile that's going to go on the walls, but it looks like a piece of damask cloth. It's a raised design, and this is the color family that we're working with. This is going to be on the floor.
All right.
And again, it's in that big 24 by 24 size of tile. And the cabinets are this nice espresso finish, and it's a little more contemporary look in there.
Right.
And then I chose this granite for the countertop.
Yeah, this cashmere is gorgeous.
And I think that the two of them will tie in really well together with the floor and with the pattern piece we have going on the wall.
Oh yeah, it's going to look nice.
All right, now one of the tricky things, though, you tell me what you think about this, is I thought the tile was so pretty that I wanted it in the shower area. But then Janine said, let's do the whole wall in front of the vanity in it as well. So that means we're going to have 2 walls done in tile, 2 walls in paint. You think that's going to look good?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah?
It's got that fabric look to it. It's going to give it a nice design.
Like kind of like a wallpaper kind of look to it. So that was.
I've seen that tile. It's gorgeous. It looks
good,
like
good,
fabric.
Good. Yeah, well, we're waiting for the delivery to come in on that, so I didn't have it today. Okay, so then into the powder room. The powder room, I am doing a faux finish on the wall, and it's going to be stripes, horizontal stripes like this. These are the cabinets. They're in a white color with just a little black glaze on them. And then these tiles for the whole back wall behind the sink. Because I have a Carrara marble vessel sculptured sink that's going to go in there.
Oh, wow.
And I want us to do the Carrara marble on the counter.
Yes.
But the sink is honed. So don't you think we should do the countertop honed as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's really a small piece, so I thought maybe we could look at some of your remnant pieces, but just get the right shade, hopefully. So I'll bring the vessel over to your stone yard, and we'll look at it and try to find just the right color.
Yeah, that's the great thing with the smaller areas. You can always, come to the boneyard and
find good pieces and save
good,
money that way.
Good product.
Okay, then in the laundry room, this is the color of the cabinets.
All right.
And I'm using a farm sink that is this beautiful turquoise color. I'm so excited about it. This was actually the inspiration for everything.
I'm excited about it.
And then this is like a quartz material for the countertop because I want it to be real indestructible.
Right.
So what do you think about these colors together?
I like it, but I brought some other samples for you. I like this particular color of quartz. It's got a little bit more of that green undertone to it.
Oh, I think
which
you're
I
right.
think
Yeah.
really makes it pop.
Yeah, this looks kind
pulls
of
it
beigey
together.
now when I see it like that. I like that one
Absolutely.
a lot better. Good, good. That'll be a good choice there. Kitchen, Carrara marble. And I know I told you I would never do that again.
I know, you did.
I can't get away from it, but I want it honed this time.
Okay.
So it's already etched before I get it.
Perfect.
Okay?
Perfect.
And the big challenge is going to be this. The island is 10 foot long.
Well, what we need to do first is make sure we find a piece that's long enough.
Okay?
You don't want to get disappointed. You do not want to have to seam an island like that. It's going to be your focal point, and I'm sure our distributors, we've got some material that's going to fit the size.
Okay, well then we can go to the yard and pick out a piece that's that big and just the right colors for it. So do you think all of these pieces will work? Because if all of this will work together, I'll pull the trigger and place the orders.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I love everything.
All right, now the next question is, when can your guys get started? They say they'll be ready for you next week.
You better call me. Let's
Okay,
do it.
we'll get it on the schedule. We've made so much great progress this week. I am really excited. I can almost hear the moving trucks backing up to my door as I speak. Oh, if only it were true. But hope springs eternal when you're doing a renovation project. Join me next time right here on For Your Home, where I just might inspire you to downsize and energize your own home. Do you want to know more about the projects today or our guests? Visit us on the web. You're going to find great behind-the-scenes shots, streaming video, project ideas. We even have an e-newsletter with tips and ideas. It's foryourhome.com.